Good time of day to you, and welcome to episode 10 of Life is Strange True Colours. Thanks very much for joining me. Episode 9, neatly divided into two bits. There was the part where Alex was talking to Charlotte, which we'll deal with first, and then the rest of it was all concerned with exploration of the data stick and the phone calls, emails, and other folders of information that it held. If we look at Charlotte first, Charlotte is very, very angry. She's angry with the entire setup. She's angry with Ryan for not doing enough to save Gabe. She's angry with Gabe for, in the first place, falling in love with her and making her fall in love with him, because it disturbed this sort of settled existence post-separation with her husband, divorce from her husband, that she'd come to Haven Springs to sort of live out and was comfortable with in a kind of way. And Gabe made her think that it was possible to be happy again in a different way, and now it's gone. So she's angry with Gabe, she's angry with Ryan, we know about. She's angry with herself because she thinks she's a terrible mother. She's angry with Alex because, hey, you turned up, you were on the scene, you might as well take a share of the blame. But significantly, of course, the bit we found out, and I wasn't expecting it, was that she feels tremendous anger towards Ethan, her son, because if he hadn't disobeyed her in the first place and gone off into the mountains, where have we heard this before? This is what I said earlier, back in episode whatever it was, none of this would have happened. It's no consolation to her that Ethan is feeling this too, and has now expressed it overtly when he collapsed to his knees in the park at the end of the LARP to be comforted by Alex. Significantly, I noticed at that point, unless I got it wrong, Charlotte did not rush in on the scene as the camera panned away and left us seeing just Alex and Ethan there, although we know Charlotte was nearby in the park because they'd just spoken to her before the battle with Jed happened. I know you may be wondering why it was I didn't help, why Alex didn't help when she could have, when Charlotte was feeling this tremendous pain and anguish and despair, and was in floods of tears and so much in doubt of herself going forwards. Why didn't Alex take away her feelings? One, it was because, as I said at the time, I'm not sure it was healthy. For your main character to have this superpower where they can interfere with other people's feelings, that's all well and good, but I think in that particular circumstance it would have been wrong for her to do so, because Charlotte is confused. She's going through a natural process of blaming everyone for her misfortune. It's human nature. And I think it's a process she needs to go through. She's a character in a computer game, but you can only think about this in terms of if it were a real life situation. This sort of grieving thing is something that has to happen naturally. And I think she's right in the middle of it now. And although Alex could have intervened, she didn't. And I think she did it on the basis that, in my mind, it's better for Charlotte to work through this herself. She will get through it. Alex said to her, "You're a strong person, this will pass." And she also reassured her and said, "You are a good mother." And I think that's the best she could do at that point. And significantly, when Alex returned to her rooms above the Black Lantern and Ryan and Steph were there and she explained that this is what she'd done, she got their support. So it's not just me, they also think she probably did the right thing. She didn't go into great details, but I think they would have supported her had she really said what happened. So that was one reason why I didn't help her, but the other reason why I think Charlotte shouldn't have been helped at that point was, and this sounds a bit harsh, she's very angry, but she's angry at the wrong people. If she can harness that anger when Alex or whoever reveals to her, as they surely must at some point, that it was Typhon who was responsible, and as part of Typhon, Diane, the Diane who's been pressuring Charlotte on a daily basis to sign and take the money to shut up and stop stirring things or potentially stirring things up for Typhon. If we can keep that anger of Charlotte's and channel it at the right time in the right way at Typhon, then Charlotte could be a significant ally for Alex in putting pressure on them. I'm not sure how, I'm not sure in what context, but it did occur to me that the one group she hasn't blamed is Typhon, and we know Charlotte now has this burning fury inside her looking for something to point at. And so far she's pointing it at all the wrong people. So that was how I interpreted the interaction between Alex and Charlotte. It's part of the reason, as I said, why I didn't let Alex intervene to take away Charlotte's discomfort and tremendous, horrible feelings that she's having about herself and everybody else at the moment. On the subject of Diane, now let's go on to the data stick. So, things we now know and things we can sort of try and make sense of in terms of plot. We know now Diane had another reason for going to visit the shrink. She's essentially accepted blood money. When Lena proposed that she would accelerate Diane's progress towards the Typhon Mining Executive Training Program, no resistance whatsoever from Diane. So it looks like, in part at least, Diane's accepted payment for her role in covering up Gabe's death. Now, the phone call where she took from the journalist, which we also uncovered, just shows, however, that Diane can still be very persuasive. She's perfect at dripping with corporate innocence, just batting off the journalist's question, giving the Typhon case, with no grey areas at all. However, we know she's a convincing liar, or she can be, but is Diane really two different people? Deep inside her, does she hate what she's become? Is this why she's gone to the therapist? She might just have a conscience inside her that she can't ignore, that she can't switch off. And the conflict of what she thinks she should do with what she is doing is eating away at her. And this is good. We need this to happen. Whether at any point it will reach the stage where she can no longer support Typhon and she'll jump ship to Alex's side, we can only sort of speculate. I doubt it, actually. But I have feelings that anything that weakens her ability to fight Alex's accusations has to be a good thing, or anything that compromises her ability to defend Typhon's corner also. That is Diane in a nutshell. Deputy Pike, we learned from the data stick, I may have been too harsh about him. I think he still has his suspicions about Typhon's role in Gabe's death, but he has no proof. So when he phoned Diane to give her the good news that they could resume their operations and blasting and everything else, he was at pains to point out to her that this didn't mean in any sense that the investigation was over or that Typhon had been exonerated of responsibility. He was reluctant, almost, having to make that phone call to Diane. I think if he could have got anyone else to make it, given that Gabe was his friend, remember, he would have done so, but it fell to him. So I'm putting Deputy Pike back on the side of possibly very useful in the future. Mac, it turns out, from the information that we heard on the data stick, the phone call log, was right all along in his account. He was being watched too by Typhon's H&B investigations henchman. He's still a bit of a loose cannon, I think, but I hope we can rely on him if push comes to shove going forwards, if a witness should be needed again, if it actually reaches that stage. He can't have told his truth to anyone else yet, and especially to Pike, because if Pike knew what Mac knows about Gabe's phone call actually having happened, then Typhon really would have had questions to answer. Possibly Mac really is terrified of what Typhon can do. Knowing what we now know, who can blame him? Because we know Typhon can be ruthless. The question, I suppose, is he going to abscond and run away again before Alex actually gets to the point where she might need him? We found out about Rhea from the data stick. We now know the blast had to go ahead because Typhon needed it to disguise a second blast. We don't know where yet exactly, and we certainly don't know why. We can speculate because of the emails we saw from the mine inspectorate person who was coming to look, that the blast needed to happen at that particular point before the inspector arrived to hide something before the inspector came a-calling. Putting two and two together, it can't have been anything to do with the uranium pit, because that's an open, ongoing thing. And they wouldn't, the idea that they could put an explosion in the uranium pit seems crazy. But it could have been because the inspector mentioned that he was going to look at the decommissioned coal mine as well, to ensure that the decommissioning had been done correctly and that things were holding up as they should be and everything got ticked off. So given that it was Diane who took that information, who received that call and the email that followed it up, she must have known all along that there was something to hide, because she was the one who urgently would have passed this on to Lena, and Lena to her boss, and so on. And that was the whole chain of events that alerted Typhon's high executive structure, their bosses, about this threat to their operations. And if that's so, that's another strike against Diane, because if she already knew there was a secret, then it's not something new that she's discovered. She's known this all along, and she's been covering it up forever and a day, all the time that she's been there. Also, of course, Typhon must have acted very swiftly when they got this information from Diane. And that's why when Diane asked for a single day's delay in the blast, Lena basically said, it can't happen, and you know why it can't happen. It must go ahead. Get it done. So where does this leave my suspects list? The stuff about Rhea has made it really muddy now. My crime board and All Good Detective series have one of those, pinned on the wall, that's got photos on it and post-its and pictures of people and marker pins stuck in and bits of wool wrapped around them, connecting X to Y to Z and all this business. It looks like this. Having my theory that Typhon was hiding something confirmed is a bit of a hollow victory, because we still have no idea what they were trying to hide. Why exactly they were willing to kill to keep it secret. And that raises another question. Is this the first time they've killed to keep it secret? Have they killed before? They took this decision so easily, it seems. It did make me wonder. Most importantly, we still don't know whether it's purely down to Typhon as the bad guys in all of this, or whether they've had help, whether anyone else in Haven Springs is complicit. Is all of this just about ensuring that Typhon's expansion plans go ahead, that there are no stumbling blocks, that nothing gets in the way at all costs? We know they've compiled a dossier about the council members and their lives, and they've got information in those dossiers that a suspicious mind could think could be used to lever those votes to go their way. We also know that some of the people around are connected with Typhon. Mac is still a Typhon employee. I had this horrible feeling that hadn't occurred to me before. We know they've tried to bribe Diane. Have they, since he talked to Alex, also now tried to bribe him? So that if Alex was to rely on Mac to, support the version of the story that's in the telephone log and, the involvement of the higher people in Typhon in trying to cover it up, is it just possible now that Mac isn't going to be available? I wondered whether they've already bought him off, but he sort of crumbled at the point where Alex put great pressure on him to tell the truth. And that was the point at which, even though he'd been paid off by Typhon, saying he was scared of them to cover it up kind of thing, he couldn't resist the temptation to just break down and tell Alex that one thing about Gabe's phone call. Is that why he wants to run away? Because he's now caught between the rocks and a hard place. He is guilty in one way of hiding the truth. He hasn't told this to Pike. He's only told it to Alex. He's guilty in another way, maybe, if he's taken money from Typhon to keep quiet and, not tell anyone. I just wonder whether Mac has told the entire truth that he knows, or whether he's hiding something else. He's hidden stuff before. Maybe he is. Someone else who worked for Typhon is Jed. He worked there once. Does he know anything he's not telling anyone? Why is it that his council vote is assured in that dossier that Typhon had? Is it because, of his role in rescuing those miners and they rewarded him by giving him the Black Lantern, so he kind of feels some kind of, debt to them because they were so nice to him, so kind to him after that happened? They'd been good to him all these years. Is that what it is? And Ducky was another thing that was in the dossier. Why does he always vote the same way as Jed on the council? And presumably that includes any questions and decisions that relate to Typhon's activities. Do they both know something? Does Jed know something? Does Ducky know something? Do they both know something murky about Haven Springs' squeaky clean past? Are they keeping a secret like, these towns sometimes do have in these kind of dramas and storylines? I don't know. The idea that the two of them could be in cahoots in some way, or have agreed at some point in the past that the very best thing for Haven Springs was to keep this thing buried so that, it didn't colour the existence of people in the present day, and that the place could continue to flourish, and that when they died, the secret would die with them. Okay, look, we're approaching the sharp end now. I know roughly the length of this game because before I started playing it, I looked to see how many hours long it was. And without knowing any of the events in it, I can sort of tell by the number of hours I've played that I must have something like maybe 2 episodes left. I think. I could be wrong. It could be more. It could be less. I think it's 2. If that's so, then answers can't be far away. I hope. This is the bit where, in the crime drama, the lead detective says to all the other, subordinate detectives, okay, you go off and look at this, you go off and look at that, you go off and follow this lead and that lead and all the others. So that's the point at where we are, and it's time we went off to follow these leads and see where they take us. Let's go looking. Let's get on to episode 10 of Life is Strange, True Colours. Okay, here we go, chapter 4, Flicker. I can't help but being excited. I've spent a lot of time working this out.
Pike, it's all on this USB drive. All the evidence you need to nail Typhon for Gabe's death and plenty more.
Yes, Alex.
All right. Bring it with you. I'll meet you in an hour.
Thanks. Talk soon.
And Deputy Pike's stock goes up again.
Of Haven Springs. We are live at the Spring Festival.
Oh, festival.
One final reminder to head over to the Lathe Flower Cart and grab a rose before they're gone.
At Haven's inaugural Spring Festival, eligible women of good stock and birthing age would offer up roses in order to attract a mate. What can I say? History is weird. Thankfully, we've lost the mating stuff, but kept the roses. And if you do have a special someone in mind, a rose is a great way to say you care. And an even better way to say, hey look, a rose.
Sounds fun. Is giving away a rose something I'd do?
Well, you could do. I like Steph's sense of humour.
I can decide downstairs.
Yes, you can. I mean, you've got other things to worry about, like who murdered your brother, but yeah. Okay.
For now, I'll grab the USB stick.
Yeah, we'll do that. Is there anything new to see on these things?
Happy Spring Festival, Gabe.
Oh yeah, happy Spring Festival, Gabe. You always loved it so much.
Happy Spring Festival, Gabe.
Yes, you've said that. As for the booze...
I remember trying to pregame as a teenager and just going to sleep instead.
I don't know what pregame means. What does that mean? What? I don't understand that word. It could be a thing that I'm not familiar with because I've led a sheltered life. Let's open this chest.
I'll organize this stuff in here. Today is not that day.
No, but let's open it, and just in case there's something new in there before we go downstairs. There's nothing new in there. Oh, string lights. I don't remember seeing those.
Ah, string lights. The key to unlocking the Cozy Places subreddit.
Oh dear.
Yeah, this one ornament will really bring my tree together.
Yes. How about the robot? We like robots.
What are the chances your instruction manual is in here?
Oh, I wish it was. I don't see it though. Darn.
For now,
okay.
I'll grab the USB stick.
Yes, we will grab the USB stick, but we will look at these things too because it's important.
But not very Gabe. Why does he have this?
Because Charlotte gave it to him at Spring Festival. Come on, Sherlock, you can work that out.
I've been meaning to tell Jed about the sink, but I'm afraid he'll try to teach me how to fix it myself.
Well, that's Jed, practical man. A practical man.
Don't worry. I'll come back to you. I wish I could have helped Shar, but taking her pain away didn't feel right.
Do you know it didn't, Alex? I'm glad you feel the same way.
I've got a lot riding on you. Small, inanimate object.
You have. I'd just like to look around first before we go downstairs.
I'm about ready to start my own list.
What was it you just said? You're... Oh, hang on. We can read two bits of this.
Start my own list.
Yes. Yes. Forgive Dad. I still don't get this bit about Gabe's dad. I've sort of pushed that to the back of my mind, but that's brought it back to the front again. In a moment, Data Stick. I want to talk with Shoo Shoo.
Will you be my date to the festival, Shoo Shoo?
I don't think so, but I kind of think I know who will. Are you not dressed already? Are we changing outfits? Oh, I see. Something a bit more jazzy for the festival. Let's go romance, shall we? Yeah, we will. As you're about to...
The world really doesn't deserve Thanor.
Look at this. Alex, don't worry about me. The drive down south with my dad always makes me feel better, and we have a lot of plans for the summer. He said we could go camping and make ultra s'mores but with ice cream on top. Secret family recipe. The LARP was amazing. You are a really good bard, and I hope we can do it again soon. I already have more ideas to fill out your backstory. Banshees! Thanks, Alex. Ethan, that's nice. It's probably a good thing that Ethan's out of the way at the moment with his mum feeling the way she does. I'm hoping he didn't pick up on it.
I've been playing more these past few weeks than the last few years.
Feels nice.
Yeah, feels nice. Plus you've probably got those calluses on the end of your finger now as well from fretting all the strings.
Man, the latest issue gets dark.
Ooh.
I'm sure Ethan will be fine.
Okay. Son of Lead unmasked, unleashed, unstoppable. Alright, okay. Whatever you say.
It's very tempting to curl up with this all night instead of leaving my apartment.
Now you know you're not going to do that. You know you want to go off and see what's happening in the Spring Fest. I think it might be... I don't think we can go upstairs. Can we? Gabe, do you want me to go upstairs?
The USB stick is on my desk.
I know it's on your desk. Oh, mine haunt, stop it. You're so tempting. Come on, walk faster. Let's grab the data stick.
Okay, time to head downstairs.
It sure is, and I haven't looked at my phone for ages. So let's do it. What was all this about? Thank you so much for spending that time with me today, Alex. You're an angel. It's my pleasure. I'm glad I could help. Are you feeling okay now? Yes, much, thank you. Are you joining us this evening, dear? Yes, this is one party I'm willing to brave. Ha! We'll make it as painless as possible. We'd probably better read this stuff. Let's see what Riley's got to say. Oh. Big conversation here. And I think we've read it all. There might be some little bits added to the end. Okay, so that was the bit where she said she was going to get access to the data stick, and then it said Typhon's obviously hiding something. Mac's still scared to death of them. Anyway, I'll be at the shop if you need anything. I really appreciate it. Good. What did Steph have to say? Oh, it's just mutual admiration here on the part of Steph and Alex regarding their various roles in the LARP. And Ducky, I wonder if he's handed himself in yet for his role in stealing drinks from behind the bar. Dear Alex, what a marvellous event. I'm so glad I could participate in today's live-action roleplay. It brings me back to my days in theatre. Did I ever tell you that I once essayed the role of Falstaff in my school's production of The Merry Wives of Windsor? With enough liquid prodding, you may one day get me to recall a few verses. And thank you for including me in the festivities. It's nice to take my mind off things. Anyhow, you enjoy your very first spring festival. I can still remember mine, clear as day. Sincerely, Reginald McAllister III. And Alex said, thank you, Ducky, you were wonderful. And then Ethan, who we've just heard from. Okay, so the next issue's out. Enjoy Spring Festival. Oh, she said enjoy. Here we go. Let's get back to the start of this. Hey Alex, it's Ethan. I'm really sorry about that. The LARP was amazing, really. You are a badass. You don't have to apologise, was Alex's reply. I had so much fun with you. Have a great time with your dad and stay safe. And Ethan says, enjoy the Spring Festival. Wish I could be there, but at least I'm getting crazy good work done on the next Thanor comic. Alex said, sweet, what's happening in this issue? Ethan replied, no spoilers, but Thanor finds a gate to the underworld and fights the king of demons. And Alex said, oh snap, that actually seems like a pretty big spoiler. And Ethan's reply was, that's the first page, lol. And we're up to date. Good. And we've got the data stick. Let's go. Yeah, we've read the letter. Let's go, young lady. No, mine haunt. You shall not delay me further. Two blasts, one intended to cover the other one up. Come on, Typhon, what were you hiding? We know about Rhea now. It's driving me mad knowing what it is they were hiding. Trying to think what it is they were hiding.
Test. Check. Holy shit, you own a skirt?
You don't? Ooh.
Hey, guys.
Good one, Ryan.
Happy first Springfest.
Thanks.
Ah, the dream team.
I got a hold of Pike. He'll be here soon. Once he sees what's on that stick, it's over for Typhon.
We can only
Hence
hope.
the celebration. I think we've all earned the right to enjoy ourselves a little tonight.
Yeah.
The band's coming on soon. You'd better be front and center.
Okay, maybe I've got this wrong. Perhaps there's only one episode left. I don't know. We shall find out. The band. Interesting. Let's offer to help set up.
Oh, rad. Do you need help setting up for the show?
Nah, it's all good. We're almost there.
I have to run back to the trailer. Go be a normal person for a while.
Can't make any promises. Text me when it's ready.
Will do. Okay. Does anybody else find headphones hurt after a
If I
while?
wanted to give away a rose, Steph and Ryan would definitely be on my list. Anyway, time to enjoy the festival.
Okay, and my phone's just gone. Oh, Typhon Mining, God bless you. Happy Spring Festival, Haven Springs community. Thanks for letting us celebrate with you. And the poster has disabled replies. As usual. Oh, hello, KRCT Radio. Kind Haven listeners, we are now live at the Spring Festival. Swing by our trailer in the park to grab some raffle tickets and maybe win some merch. Julia Crow says awesome. Taylor Reeve says sweet. KRCT. Why is it I can't say KRCT? It's like the words coin toss. My entire life I've struggled to say those words correctly. I always want to say toin toss, whatever that is. Coin toss. KRCT Radio. And make sure to stick around and keep your eyes on the main stage. We have something special brewing. Wink, wink. Taylor Rees. Oh, I feel a concert coming on. Yeah, that's what they said. Oh, and here's Steph thanking people.
Great job putting all that together.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, okay, so that's basically them just sort of saying great, thanks to everyone who helped out with the LARP, and everyone says it went really well. Even Hector Gonzalez wants to do it again. And Angela Anderson said, thanks everyone for another excellent Springfest chili cook-off. My mouth is still burning. Jed Lucan, killer chili, Mike. Remind me to get the recipe for the lantern. Mike Lawler, you wish. Sam Merlant, I am so full. Oh, it's going on here.
The festival started a while ago.
Yes, it did. The Spring Festival has begun. First up we have our annual chili cook-off, and later we have live music, a jelly bean guessing contest. What? Guessing what about jelly bean? Guessing its name? And a raffle, as well as food, drink and a bonfire. Let's kick spring off right. Sam Merlant, woohoo. Anna Walker, finally! Jed Lucan, chili, beer and jelly beans, the ingredients for another great festival. And indeed, indigestion.
Everything is so not fine.
Lola. I heard some kind of commotion coming from the Silver Dragon when I was walking to the festival. Everything okay? Charlotte Harmon. Everything's fine. Mike Lola. Okay. Okay. Oh, and somebody missed out on the LARP. Pete Nowak. Does anyone know how long the play game thing is going on? Is there still time to sign up? It looks super fun. Steph replied, sorry dude, she had a phone with her at the time. We're in pretty deep at this point. Enjoy the show though. Pete Nowak, oh bummer, maybe next time. Yeah, maybe next time. I'm sure there'll be another one. That's it, we're up to date. Good. Right, so now this business of roses, surely if you were going to get a rose, you've got to choose
232, 233,
person to give it to.
No, the red one was 234.
Oh no. He's going to start again. One. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it for you.
3.
I knew that was coming. All right. What do you know, Jellybean Man?
This game is so demoralizing. Why do I do this to myself?
Oh, haven't we all asked ourselves
Maybe I
that at
can
some
help
point?
them somehow.
Really? How? You can sense the number of beans in the jar. Let's speak to him.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Nice to see you.
You're taking this jelly bean thing very seriously.
Yeah, because the prize is a $100 gift card.
You don't say.
Chrissy's been all anxious ever since she got lost. So, I thought I could get her a bunch of treats. Which is really embarrassing, saying it out loud.
It is really.
Not at all. That's sweet. Maybe I can help.
Oh, for real? Are you good at this?
No,
How many jelly beans do you think there are?
a lot. A very lot. I'm going to say, oh, there's 800 in there, isn't there? Wouldn't you say 800? 800.
You know what? I have no idea. I'm so sorry.
I missed it.
No problem. I'll just keep counting.
I'm sorry, I was presented with a choice there and I lost it. Jellybean Lady, talk to me. What are you feeling?
I've got some time to kill.
Another year, another prize gift card for yours truly to keep. I'm such a little devil.
Really? Come on, Jelly Bean Lady.
That's
not right.
not good. I mean, would you not?
Tell Mac that I heard the call. He deserves that much, at least.
You should. Why would you think about that when we're talking about jelly beans? Get your priorities right. Surely you'd give the prize to the person who came closest to the correct number of beans in the jar, would you not? Would that not be the right thing to do, Jellybean Lady?
This is impossible, right?
It is if you've got to guess the exact number, yeah. She must make a fortune out of this, and then she gets to keep the card as well. I feel like I need a tub of beer.
Tell Mac that I heard the call.
Yes.
I don't think this thing is checking IDs. Nobody tell Pike.
Oh, right, I get it, because you've got to be a certain age, haven't you? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. And now we have a diorama of... What are you a diorama of, diorama? It's Haven Springs.
Wow. This is a beautiful model.
It's very nice. There are many of those buildings, and it looks like actually there's a sort of second street behind Main Street. The founding of Haven
Eleanor
Springs.
made it out to the festival tonight. I'll have to say hello.
Yes, so that's Eleanor we've got to say hello to, and Mac we've got to tell him that we've heard the call.
Last year. Yep. I remember it clear as day.
Jed's happy.
Probably around 10 or 11 p.m. And he was already drunk as a skunk, boy. And I'm not advocating for that kind of drinking, mind you, despite my occupation. Springfest is different from the Lantern. We all agree.
Lantern must be the autumn one.
But anyway, he comes racing out of the diner, bowled over a couple of tables along the way.
Who's this ducky?
I see him hauling ass toward the dock, and I get on after him, because I know what he's aiming for. And sure as hell, this son of a bitch jumps right off the end of the dock and into the water.
Gabe?
Smack. Belly flop. And the poor bastard is so drunk he forgot he doesn't know how to swim.
Ducky.
So I jump in there after him.
That's got to be Ducky.
Took a minute, but I dragged his ass back to dry land and we called him an ambulance just to be sure. He was fine though. So then, I gotta spend the rest of the night soaking wet, which doesn't bother me none. But everybody keeps offering me a bunch of goddamn towels.
Wow, Jed, you can really tell a story.
He shows up at my door with a box of chocolates. Chocolates! God knows why he thought that was the right token of gratitude. But, in all fairness, I ate the whole damn box.
I thought you might.
Best I ever had.
Was that? That's got to be Ducky, surely. He was talking about. Okay, let's look at Jed.
It's nice to see Jed so in his element.
He's an entertainer.
Steph mentioned a rose card on the radio. Might be worth checking out.
Yes, so that's a rose cart, Mac, and Eleanor we've got to check out. You are here to have fun, you know. Remember fun?
I love that the radio station broadcasts live from the park.
Yeah, me too.
It almost makes it feel like a tiny Coachella.
Student person.
Super tiny.
Are you the student?
Listen to anything good lately?
Funny you should ask. You remember that song, Alabaster Daydream?
You are the student we helped.
Early 2000s?
Maybe? Anyway, the weirdest thing happened today. I was in the lantern, studying, and I was thinking about the lyrics.
Go figure.
Wishing it would come on, and then it totally did.
Spooky.
What are the chances?
Yeah.
Right? Kind of makes you think, doesn't it? About the vibrations we emit into the ether. You know, psychic waves and whatnot.
Could be. Karmic energy is no joke.
Not when Alex is around, it isn't anyway. It's a reality, isn't it? I'm going to look at this because this is the Black Beast of P. Audley's Travelling Circus. Let's read it. Audley's Travelling Circus and its crown jewel, the Black Beast, toured the United States in the 1930s and early 1940s, before P. Audley's untimely demise here in Haven Springs, Colorado. Was he eaten by a bear? This ill-fated performance lingered in Haven's history for decades after, and whispers of the beast remain even today. The crown jewel of Audley's Travelling Circus was known as the Black Beast, likely a melanistic colour variant of Panthera onca? I don't know. Panthera onca. Witness accounts, however, defy the traditional understanding of the species given in its usually large size and unnatural longevity. The Black Beast was scheduled to appear in a show at Haven Springs on July 27, 1944. That night, an incident during the performance allowed the Black Beast to escape into the mountain wilds, killing several performers in the process. Nowadays, hikers, hunters and the adventurous at heart still report sightings of a large shadow stalking the mountainsides of Haven Springs... Presented by the Haven Springs Historical Preservation and Rumour Preservation Society. Yeah. Oh! Steph what? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
They even looped you into participating, huh?
Yeah, that's a bit cruel. But I don't think he minds too much. He minds too much, she minds too much. The cat minds too much.
The bonfire looks super cozy.
It looks tremendously cozy. Let's look at it.
No marshmallows? Come on.
We need to sense the student, although we have heard from her quite a great deal. Hello, student.
This is awesome. Favorite time of the year, by far.
Okay.
Kind of enthusiasm is infectious, especially for me.
Yes, you remember that, Alex. You're here to have a good time and relax a little from your troubles. Let's sit by the bonfire. And while you sit on that uncomfortable-looking tree stump, I will try and sit on this...
that whole communal gathering thing everyone's always going on about.
Uncomfortable-looking chair. Yeah, this is it. Look around you. It's brought them all out. The lady who cheats on the bean competition.
I get it.
It's community, isn't it? It is. It gives you a warm feeling, or it could be that you just sat too close to the bonfire. Okay, enough of this. Up, let's go. We have things to do. We have a Rose to find, we have Mac to find, we have Eleanor to find. We've already spoken to Jed, don't go near him.
I guess Riley is feeling sentimental tonight, but I haven't seen her around.
That's a very good point. Where is she? And where's Mac? He's not there either. Oh. Ooh. I just wanted to take a second to say how wonderful Haven really... I'm sorry about that. How wonderful Haven really is. Nights like this always remind me how lucky I am to call this place home. No other place will ever come close. And Ryan gave it a smiley face. Eleanor said, "You're not so bad yourself," with a kiss, and Riley Leith gave it a heart back. And Leith Flowers, there's a warning here, folks. Looks like we're getting down to our last baskets of roses. If you haven't given one to your special someone yet, now's your chance. Sonny Anderson, I love this tradition. It always brings out the best in the people you love. Chris Peters, she loved it. Thanks again, Eleanor. Anna Walker, they look so good. You're not supposed to eat them. We'll get to the roses. I swear we will.
So then, where's the after party this year?
After party?
Come on. Young man like yourself, you must know what the haps is.
I'm going to eavesdrop.
Honestly, I'm getting pretty bushed. Thinking of calling it a night soon.
My goodness. What is this town coming to?
Yeah, lightweight.
Used to be that the spring festival wasn't complete till everyone was either asleep in the park or in someone else's bed.
Eleanor Leith.
Must have been pretty wild back in your day.
My day? I'm talking about last year.
Eleanor Leith. Well, she remembered that. That wasn't something you were going to forget, was it, Eleanor? I am not going to ask. It doesn't become you.
Oh, Mr. Lantern, I love what you've done with your bar.
Yes. I don't think that's
I'm sure Jed's around the festival. Maybe I can say hi.
the Black Lantern, but it's a Black Lantern. Oh, I'm running out of I've got so many people to speak to. Sensing you, Eleanor.
God, I just hope Riley is doing all right.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, no. What happened to Riley?
Oh. Thingies. Now I've got half the population of Haven Springs on my list of people to see. Honestly.
Eleanor's really worried about Riley. I wonder what's wrong.
Yes, we need to find out what's wrong. Speak to her and
Hi,
ask.
Eleanor.
Good evening, dear.
Yeah, where's Riley? Let's just go straight at it.
Hey, so where's Riley? I haven't seen her around.
No one has, Alex.
She's not really in the festive spirit. She was supposed to leave town tonight. If it wasn't for, you know.
That explains it.
I'm sorry.
You were so helpful to me that day at the shop. If you see Riley, maybe you could help her too.
Sure. I'll try my best.
Do that. You were supposed to catch up with her, weren't you, to talk about stuff. Let's do the lots of work, huh?
The decorations really turned out beautifully. It must have been a huge amount of work.
It's worth it.
You didn't do all that by yourself, Eleanor Leith. You could not have done. You must have had some very big ladders.
So, we doing shots tonight or what?
Of course. Body shots. Who's going first?
You dark horse.
Just kidding. Or am I?
Oh, gosh.
I better get going.
I think you should. This conversation's getting a bit weird. This is the advantage, isn't it, of her being able to use her knowledge of people to steer her interactions with them. Distract. Ryan, everything's set. Meet me at the stage. OMW. Steph. With a little salute.
Sounds like Ryan is ready for me. You too. I better head back.
Ooh, but we haven't finished. And we've not got a rose.
My bad.
Festival food. Yo, Steph. Oh, no, hang on. Let's go and find a apple bobbing.
Doing this takes a certain type of person, and I am not that person.
A person who doesn't mind getting their face wet. That's the stage. Keep away from there. The roses. This is what we want. We haven't found Mac. Look at them.
Maybe I could give a rose to Steph or Ryan.
You could. Quickly have a look on your phone to find out what's cracking off here. I've got to talk to Ryan. I've got to find the roses. I've found the roses. I've finished exploring the festival. Yes. KRCT Radio. Got it. Says... It is live music time, kind Haven listeners. Start making your way over to the stage and make sure you get a good spot. Brandon Whitaker says, sick. And Cass Groves says, yes. And I say, I can't feel my bottom because this chair is so hard. Okay, we're going to take one. For someone special, limited supply. One. Take one. Take one. She's not taking one. She's taken one. Okay, Alex, I reckon this is where you're gonna have to make a choice. Go give it, Steph. Come on, you know you what. Where's your rose gone? I thought you had a rose. I hope you've not secreted it in your personage. I'm going to look at you first.
Steph is just awesome. Maybe I could give a rose to her.
Maybe you could.
Hey, Steph.
I thought you picked a rose up. You did pick the rose up. Yes! Oh, Steph, don't look so surprised.
This is for you.
Are you serious?
Of course I am.
And it's had all the thorns taken off.
Dude. Thank you so much. This totally makes my night.
I'm glad.
Hey, could we meet up after the show tonight? I actually have some pretty big news to share. She said mysteriously.
What news to share? Oh, this is all happening too fast.
Speaking of, Ryan should be done any minute. Meet me there?
Yeah, I've got to go and talk to him, actually. I'm going to go and try and find him now. I wonder if he'd come if you whistled. Ryan, that's Eleanor. There's Jed, still entertaining. That's the student and persons. That's the lantern. That's the woman who swindles people out of their money. And that poor guy is spending every penny he's got trying to guess how many beans there are in the jelly bean jar. Stop it. Ring Jelly Beans Anonymous or whatever it's called. Save yourself while you can. The real question I want to ask is anybody seen Ryan? Because I'm pretty sure it's still, on my list of things to do, talk to Ryan. It would be easier to talk to him if I knew where the heck he was. That's Mac. Alright. We owe Mac a chat.
I haven't seen Mac in a while. He seems no better off than before.
What are you going to say to him?
I heard the call. And I wanted to thank you. I know you tried to do the right thing.
So, what now?
That is the big question, my friend.
I'm taking Typhon down. The whole hornet's nest.
Isn't he part of that?
I'm not betting against you. But, in the meantime, they're the only ones cutting checks in town.
That's what I thought.
And I still got plenty of bills to pay.
I do hope that doesn't mean they've not given you some additional financial inducement, young man. But who knows? You can do better.
Come on, Mac. Even you're too good to work for them.
It's always flattering to see how much you care about me.
Don't take it the wrong way. She's kind of spoken for.
No wonder you try to break up me and Riley.
Ugh.
No,
There's
Mac.
the Mac I know.
No.
Take it easy, dude.
Yeah. You too.
Okay, you stand there by the flowers. I'm still looking for. Has anybody seen Ryan?
My bad.
My bad. What? Don't you touch that drum kit. That's Steph's drum kit, I'm betting. Ryan. What you doing? He's on the sound mixing
Ryan
desk.
Can go a day in his life without being helpful to someone.
He's such a good egg.
Hey.
Oh, hey. Just in time.
So, who's playing?
Question.
Yours truly.
Seriously? That's awesome!
Oh.
Well, wait. Who else?
Can't you work that one out? The rest of us have.
Steph.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is playing? I hate you both.
The blood drains from her
Didn't
face.
want you to wuss out.
She absolutely would, Wuss. Would she? No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't let them down.
Who said anything about wussing out?
Nobody, but only because we didn't give you the opportunity.
Okay, you tried bluffing and they didn't bite.
This is gonna be awesome. Trust me.
If this is going to be music, then we're all in for a period of silence, which could be quite interesting.
We've never played together before,
And you might not be playing this time either.
Anyway, sorry if this sucks.
This is our latest tune. It's called Copyright. If it is copyright, of course, we won't hear it because I've got the game music turned off. And she's got that special silent guitar of hers. And silent drums too. That's tremendous. We can all work out what tune we know would fit with the actions you're seeing here. I mean, look at the rhythm that Steph's playing there. I'm trying to work out myself. It looks like a folk song, doesn't it? It looks like country music. Jed's tolerating it. He's not enthusiastic. It's not his thing. Perhaps it's a bit like that tune that he took off the jukebox and hid in the hope it would never see the light of day again. Totally the right t-shirt for doing this. Oh yeah, Ryan thinks it's ace. She does. The game is quite right. Alex does sing. It's very rude of people to be talking over the music though, don't you think? I swear that I'm going to take an axe to this chair. Yeah, it's not the cushion thing. Let's talk about chairs whilst we're not listening to this lovely music. I've got a big cushion behind me which I'll appropriate and wave in front of you. There it is. And I've just bumped my desk in the process of putting that back, so I apologise if you heard the thumping noise. It's not the cushions, it's the entire design of the chair. I can honestly say that's the best tune I've heard today. And... ooh, okay. Now, that I wasn't expecting, but what else is she going to do with Ethan away? Sit all night by herself? This is either going to be very good or very bad. You calm down any, Charlotte? Is it all making a bit more sense?
I was horrible to you earlier. You really weren't.
A little bit.
Really? Then I fucked up because I was trying pretty hard to be horrible to you. I was so excited about you coming to Haven. In my mind, the way I built it up, we were gonna be best friends.
And you still might be.
I wish.
There's still time. Don't say me too, because that sort of indicates a kind of finality and acceptance that, you know, because of what she's done, it can't be undone.
There's still time.
Maybe. I guess we'll see.
Don't take Typhon's money, Charlotte. Don't do it. It's what she needs. It's what she needs. She must feel so alone. Meanwhile, in the streets of Haven Springs, nothing much was happening because everyone was at Spring Festival. I do like these incidental animations. It's very tempting, isn't it, to sort of whiz past them, because obviously when you're doing a playthrough you can't dwell on these things because you'd be there forever. But at the same time, and I've said this in previous games that I've covered, I'm so appreciative and in awe of the ability of the people who make these games. And it's horrible to think, and we've looped there, it's horrible to think that for some of them, you know, their contributions are in those sort of places.
Okay? No. But you know.
She will be.
I'm gonna go home.
Well, at least she's calmer now. I think it's the beginning of the acceptance of the way things are. What do you think? Interestingly, Alex did not use her powers there to sense how Charlotte was feeling. Steph. Okay, here we go. The latest bit. Hey, come meet me on the rooftop? Sure thing. And we've got, I'll just switch myself to the other side there. In my tasks, you can now see that it says meet Steph on the rooftop. I'm going to switch back to the other side.
Sounds like Steph wants to meet me on the rooftop.
Do you think? I was wondering about that too. I've looked at the phone, it's okay. I think you need to run. Let's get into the Black Lantern and head upstairs to the rooftop. Thank goodness the door's still open. I'm keeping an eye on the time here because we're on like something like 3/4 of an hour, I think, of actual gameplay. And with my intro as well, we're probably on the hour mark by now. But I'm going to see how far this goes and see if we get to a natural stopping place. I think you'd be running rather than walking. Oh.
Ugh. Not tonight.
No, come on, you've got a date, haven't you? Go upstairs, it says. I'm trying to, game. Thank you. I do love the artwork in this game. I know it's kind of... some people in the comments said that they thought it perhaps could have been more detailed, but that doesn't matter one dot to me because the style of it is what's important. And there is a lot of style in this game. It's been very, very well done.
You said you have some news?
I'm leaving.
Whoa.
I'm actually leaving Haven Springs.
Whoa.
Can you believe
it?
Back on the road again. Fucking finally.
Wait, seriously?
I'm gonna play music again, Alex. Anywhere I want. God, I forgot how fucking good it feels.
Game. If she says she's happy for her, are they going to split up before they even get started? Alex would be happy for her, but also she would feel, you know, that it kind of sucks. Oh, which do you choose? Help me. Help me, viewer. Which one would you go with? And that's not me, by the way. That's something else making that shuddering thing happen there. I'm going to say this sucks.
I don't know what to say. I want to be supportive, but...
Hey, come on. No time to be sad. We've got work to do.
She doesn't want you to go. I think it's fair to say.
I need a new destination.
Yes.
You're my good luck charm.
Right.
Shit taste in good luck charms.
Shut up.
Oh, come on, really?
Pick one.
Is one of them Haven Springs? The middle of the ocean? I don't understand. Salem, Massachusetts? That seems like it might be up Steph's
Halloween
street.
Capital of the world.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or so they say. Who do I hang out with?
I'm going to say witches.
You join a coven.
A lesbian coven.
Is there any other kind? You hang out in graveyards and perform rituals to speak to the dead.
None of which ever work, but that's okay. 'Cause I get a load of old tombstone rubbings to decorate my apartment with.
That sounds like a pretty spectacular plan.
Great. Then come with me.
Ooh.
To Salem?
Sure, why not? Doesn't have to be our first stop, but one day. I still have friends in Seattle who book shows. Maybe we start there, or
I don't know.
Whoa, hang
Kansas
on.
City, Vegas, wherever we want.
I'm not sure Alex has signed up to being a travelling musician at any point.
Look,
hence the look of doubt.
I don't want to pressure you. But I've seen you give so much of yourself to make sure other people get what they need.
That's very true. She does do that.
And I guess I wonder if you've thought about what you need.
She's thought a little bit.
I mean, obviously, I like you a lot, Alex. You mean the fucking world to me.
A hug won't do in this situation, do you think? Oh.
Kiss me.
Oh, okay.
Kiss me.
There you go, Alex. That power of yours comes in very useful, doesn't it? Okay, I think we can safely say the relationship is cemented. And going places, even if... Whoa! They're not. So that's a sort of donation of pure joy to the universe. Oh, look at that sky. She's not going to go anywhere without you. Clearly. And I say that about both of them.
You don't have to decide anything now, okay?
Thank goodness for that.
Just think about it.
I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, player one says thank you because I need time to think about stuff like that.
I'm gonna head back down. Find me later?
Well, that evening took a turn for the good, didn't it? You've got to be happy about that, Alex. And she is. Don't throw yourself off the balcony now. Okay. Back to the business in hand. Sorry.
Hey,
I'm so sorry.
Gabe? Can I tell you something? I think I solved it. Why you died. Who's responsible. Isn't that crazy? I'm out of threads to pull, which is terrifying. Because on the other side of all this, after Typhon, after you, there's just normal life.
This is true.
I was kind of counting on you to show me how to do that. But I think I can figure it out. I just wish you were here to see it.
Yeah, Gabe would be really happy to know that you're not on your own now. That would be the number one thing.
Also, I kissed Steph, so that happened.
Yeah, and those two things are connected, aren't they? The fact that you think you know how to handle life yourself now and the fact that you did that. The animation of this is superb. Here we go again, look. It's so tempting just to press to jump off this, but why would you? Look at it. It just pulls you into the whole atmosphere of Haven Springs. And it cycles around pretty quickly. I mean, you only spend about a minute looking at the various things before you're back at the start again where you began. It's been a perfect evening. There we go, we've been there. Okay. Time to move on, young lady. Meanwhile, at the Black Lantern, time to leave. I don't think there's anything left on our list of tasks for the evening to do. I think we've done them all. Just need to catch up with Pike.
Alex.
Hey!
Do you have the USB drive?
I do.
I knew that was going to happen.
It's all here. Gabe's call, their secret plan, the cover-up.
What? Why?
You need to come with me to the station.
Why are you shaking your head?
Alex? Don't
What?
make this hard.
What? What the heck's going on? Oh. I think I know what's going on. Do you? Have you worked this out too? This is Diane again, isn't it?
Probably isn't how you pictured your first spring festival, huh?
No.
Not exactly.
You should be arresting the lady on the jelly bean counter, not arresting Alex.
Coffee?
How about a beer? Let's push it.
How about a beer? Worth a shot. Pike, why am I here?
That's what we'd all like to know, but I think I have a funny feeling. Diane's noticed she's lost a data stick. We know that already.
The long and short of it is, Diane is charging you with stealing her USB.
How did she know that she stole it? How? Let's go with what?
What the hell are you talking about?
Did you steal this USB drive or not?
At least tell me you looked at it.
I can't. Sorry.
Oh, man. Why not?
What do you mean? Why not?
Well, one, I would need a warrant. And two, the case is closed. The order came down today.
Oh.
I did what I could, but, the evidence just wasn't there.
Well, it is now.
Sorry, Alex.
Sold down the river. Yeah, let's find out from whom.
The order came down today. From who?
High up. Boss's boss. It's not my job to know.
No, someone's been pulling strings, have they?
Look, what happened to my brother wasn't an accident.
It was not.
It was criminal. The files on that drive prove it.
That could be true. Let's say it is. The issue is you stole Typhon's property. I can't work with that.
All right, we've got your point.
Okay, I get the point. I'm sorry I stole the drive, but...
Apologizing isn't enough.
So what?
Alex, you're not thinking about this clearly.
Seems pretty clear to me.
Diane wants to charge you with computer fraud. That's a federal crime, Alex.
Whoa.
5 to 10, easy.
Where did this come from? Let's, do you know what?
You know what? Fuck Diane. This
You
isn't justice.
Took the words out of my mouth.
It's not that bad. Hey, I talked to her, and despite how angry she is at everything you did, she's willing to let it go.
Oh, yeah? And what's the cost?
If you agree to drop everything, Typhon won't press any charges.
Oh, look, it's Charlotte and Diane all over again. Yeah.
She's only offering that deal because she knows I have her. She's guilty, Pike.
Even if you're right, your only evidence is inadmissible. I think you should do it.
This is your friend.
I'm not signing anything.
Yes, Alex, good girl.
No.
Well done.
Typhon buried something in the mountains. Something so massive, they ignored Gabe's call and set off the blast just to cover it up.
They did.
Don't you want to know what it is?
Yes, we all do.
What do you mean, cover it up?
Another blast, unannounced, set off at the exact same time at the old mining site. And all of it happened just a few weeks before inspections were set to begin.
Yes. Come on, Pike. Where's your...
Come on, Pike. It's all right here.
I'm saying her words. I'm saying her words.
Like I said, it doesn't matter. Alex, please, just sign the form, and we can both go back to the party.
Darn it, you game designers. You've got me pulled right into this game.
That you can choose.
I said no.
No, it's not an option.
What are you so scared of?
That is a very good point. You having pressure put on you as well, Deputy Pike?
See for yourself.
Shit.
See
what could be in that envelope?
I don't know. Let's read it. We're going to have to read all this. Typhon Mining Security Threat Evaluation. Subject Alexandra Chen. Anti-Typhon sentiment. Brother Gabriel Chen died in an accident related to Typhon mining blast. Assessment. Intel shows subject has a high level of determination and efficacy. Negative affectation has persisted beyond predicted bereavement period. Suspect also appears to have possession of confidential data and information. Threat priority 1. Immediate action required. Yeah. What else do you know about her? Oh my gosh, this is H&B, Private Investigation Services. Typhon's Dirty Works Department. Okay, they've been following her. Began following subject after meeting with Matt Loudon. Subject met with man identified as Ryan Lucan. Little else of note. This is when she was on the bridge? Subject spent 3 hours in apartment. Wi-Fi screen monitoring revealed searches into Typhon's history and legal litigation records. Subject met and spoke with client in the Black Lantern. It appears subject has stolen an item from client. This is Diane. She's the client. Anti-Typhon sentiment. Yes, we know about that. Assessment. Assisting Alexandra Chen with her efforts against Typhon. Involved in and extremely distraught over accident. Subject has high level of knowledge of both geography and residents of Haven. And this is Ryan they're talking about now. Threat priority 1. Immediate action required. What are you going to do to Ryan? Now they're after Steph. Anti-Typhon sentiment. Close friend, Gabriel Chen, died in an accident related to Typhon mining blasts. Yes, we know that. Assessment. Assisting Alexandra Chen in her efforts has proven resourceful and dangerous. Resourceful is investigator speak for she made an approach to Diane. Threat priority 2. That's a mistake. Because I think she's threat priority 1. I think she deserves a 1 for that. Alright.
Is this a threat?
It looks like it to me.
What did you expect? Huh? The Typhon, a global organization with billions in revenue, an army of lawyers, and who knows how many politicians in their pockets would just throw up their hands and say, "You got us."
I thought they could get justice.
I thought I could get justice for Gabe.
Yeah, well, Typhon has their own idea of justice.
Yes, and they've kind of taken over Haven Springs, haven't they?
Believe me, I want nothing more than to make these fuckers pay. I've learned the hard way that it's not possible. They're too big.
He's scared of them.
Too connected, too ruthless.
He's actually scared of them.
You can hate me if you want. Call me a coward. But I don't want to lose you like we lost Gabe.
You have a point.
Pike is terrified of Typhon. I bet if I took his fear away. But it's not just about me. Steph and Ryan are in danger too.
Yeah, well, you can't help them if you're in jail, can you?
Fuck. I want to hurt Typhon so bad. But can I really put their lives at risk along with mine?
Here's my thinking on this matter, Alex. Yes, you can put their lives at risk along with yours. There's no way they would want you to sign that thing. There's no way they would want you to sign that thing. Take away his fear and make him stand up for it. Do it. Ryan and Steph would not think twice about telling you to do that.
Do you want to risk your life over this? Gabe, Mac, Alex, who's next? Fuck. Just keep your head down, dummy. You're just a shitheel. Typhon's major league. Typhon doesn't lose. Typhon disappears people.
He's so scared.
Let them get killed. Not you.
Typhon disappears people? Okay.
I know you're afraid. I am too. I know you think that Typhon is too big, too invincible. But they're not. I will bring them down.
Yes, Alex. Come on,
I
Pike.
just need your help.
Ooh, for Gabe.
If not for me, then for Gabe. Please.
She's played the Gabe card. Come on, Pike.
Fuck. I'll think about it.
Yes. That's all we can ask.
Thank you.
Get the hell out of here.
With pleasure.
Really?
Alex.
It's a reprieve.
Be careful.
You too. Typhon makes people disappear, Pike. That could be you. Right, now I don't know where we are, but I'm on the hour and something minutes mark of gameplay, and with my introduction as well, this is time to stop. So I'm going to press my stoppy button, which is not that one, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. Alright, that was a good episode. We have loads of information now to take into episode 11. We've got Pike, I think, on our side, certainly not against Alex. He's protected her from the affidavit that Diane would have her sign. What he's going to do with the data stick, I don't know. If the evidence is inadmissible, the only person it can convince to help her is himself. That's all he can do. That's the limit he can take it to. We have Charlotte, who's calmed down a bit and has apologised. We've got this absolute bombshell that Steph is thinking of leaving Haven Springs, which is no good thing because I thought Alex might have settled there, as I've said 2 or 3 times now. And we've got Spring Festival evening out of the way. Going into episode 11, I think we might be looking at our last episode. I'm not entirely sure. I think the confrontation with Typhon is imminent. That's where I'm going to leave it. That was episode 10. Nice episode. I like these ones that are contained in a particular area because you tend to find out lots of useful incidental bits of information in the course of meeting people and talking to them, talking to Eleanor and talking to Ryan and Mac. It's all starting to gel at last. We've got this feeling now that we've got Typhon on the ropes. Whether we're going to have a resolution to this, I don't know. Justice for Gabe is the thing we all want. And I hope the game's going to let the player get it. But, you know, it's never guaranteed. And if it comes down to my decision making, then it certainly isn't a lock-in at all. Right, that was it. That was episode 10 of Life is Strange, True Colours. Join me please for episode 11, which will be coming along really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.